welcome to الجهبوز الفذ. This is a new series I decided to make, talking about technology through time, and so I decided that its name is Technology Through Time. Before I start telling you what will the series be about, I'll tell you what is the idea behind the series. At first I made an episode which was about 20 minutes give or take, talking about the same topics that I'm about to talk in this series, but it was too long and it was in Arabic, so I decided to make short episodes talking about the same topics, but with English. I hope you enjoy it. The series is talking about technology through time. As many of you know, the technology surrounding us weren't always like this. It was a bit odd, a bit slow, a bit weird in the past. So, in this series, we'll talk about the shape that technology looked like in the past, nowadays, and what it would look like in the future. Let's start. In today's episode, we will talk about two things: the computers and planes. At first, as many of you know, computers are one of the unique inventions that is present nowadays. You tell me, why is it unique? It's computers, just computers. I tell you it's unique simply because there weren't computers in the past. You tell me, yeah, but there weren't any of the other stuff. There weren't planes, there weren't cars, yeah, but there was something that compensated the lack of them. There was carts, there was animals. You tell me, yeah, but there weren't planes. Yes, but people dreamed of flying. Abbas ibn Farnas tried to fly. There were sketches of planes like of Leonardo da Vinci's, but computers were unique as no writer, inventor thought that there might be a machine that can think besides humans. So, let's talk about computers. Computers at first in the 20th century were very huge, even as huge as the house you are currently sitting in. You tell me, what? You kidding with me? Computer as big as my house? Yes. Computers of the past were so huge, like I told you. And it wasn't the only problem with these computers. They were so slow. If you made them calculate a simple equation like 5 plus 5, which if you asked anyone walking around you, hey please, can you tell me what is the sum of 5 plus 5? He'll tell you in a matter of seconds. Or you can even calculate it faster than this with your mind or with your mobile or even with your calculator. It took about half a day to calculate it. The computers, like I told you, were very slow. Half a day to calculate just 5 plus 5 isn't everything. They took electricity that is enough to fuel an entire city. But computers started to become better and better until it became as big as the desk you are currently sitting on watching this episode, and I hope you made subscribe for the channel and ring the bell to receive all notifications and even liked it. So let's go back to what we were talking about, which is how computers looked like, which were on, and there was this keyboard that is about as big as your finger. But if you compared it with the other computers, of course it will win something as big as your desk or as big as your house. Of course, the smaller one. And it was much better, much faster. Then computers became much better until it's what we have nowadays, which is laptops. Yeah, there is desktops, which is the better of these computers, but desktops are mostly found in companies, schools, places like this. But laptops is the thing that almost all of us has. That's why we are talking mostly about laptops, and well, that's why most of us has laptops. And laptops are various nowadays. You have the smart laptop which you can touch like a mobile phone, laptop that can turn into a tablet, and many things like this. But the future of computer won't contain changing in the structure of the computer. Yeah, it might be holographic. You tell me, yeah, but there is holographic computers or keyboards nowadays. Yeah, but they're not very common. It won't replace the structure. It will replace the. It won't replace the structure, and there are two of these. AI or quantum computing. You tell me, yeah, I know about AI, which is artificial intelligence, will replace the computing system. What is AI? AI is artificial intelligence. It is the type of computing system that talks with you, jokes with you, and we have already Siri or Google Assistant who already do this. But they in the future will be very advanced. You tell me I don't understand what is AI? I'm studying AI. You ask it what's your favorite color? It says red. Then it says red. Here, the structure or the programming of the AI becomes alive, if you might say. What is it? It's simply if conditionals. And here it works. If you said I love red like you, he says, then you are like, if you say no, I don't like red because it reminds me of war, death, etc. He says, but I like yellow, for example. He says, wow, I also like sun, which is yellow in color. Maybe. And more examples like this. But quantum computing won't replace the computing system. It's a bit complicated. Quantum computing would be there, used by scientists in the future, but it won't replace either the structure of the computer or the computing system. Tell me, what is quantum computing? I'll tell you at first. Let's speak about how computers work. Computers work with something called bit 0101, which makes it slow but fast at the same time. Yes, they are faster than a human mind. They can do things at speed of 2 power 5, whereas the human mind do it at 2 power 2. But the quantum computing does it with speed of 2 power 50, which is so fast. What you tell me why? What's the difference? I tell you that quantum computing use something called qubit, which is both bit and which is both 0 and 1 at the same time, which makes it very fast, and why this is why scientists use it to train AI and make it better. And one of the benefits of quantum computing being so fast that it can be used in many ways: industry, minerals, and medicine. This is why quantum computing and AI are very interesting subjects, and if you wanted to read more of them, you will find links beneath in the description. Let's talk about the other thing, which is planes. As many of you know, and as I said, the first trying to fly, at the past, humans would look at the sky and think, what if I could fly like this bird? It's something very interesting. Until in the 16th century, Abbas ibn Farnas tried to fly and he really succeeded. Yeah, it used feathers and like this, but he was the first human to ever fly. And Leonardo da Vinci also drew some sketches for planes and especially helicopters. But then, in the 19th century, the Wright brothers built the first plane that actually flew in the sky. Then planes became better and better until, like in the First World War, there were planes that were faster than 100 kilometers per hour. They have machine guns, rockets, etc. They became better and better until they are the planes that we see now. Huge planes that can carry up to 1,000 passengers and take them from country to country, from continent to continent. You tell me, right, I know this, but what will be the future of planes? The future planes, dear viewer, is drones. Yeah, there is drones nowadays, but they are not very complicated. Yeah, there is surveillance drones, there is military drones, but they are not very sophisticated. They are simple. But in the future, they will be very sophisticated that they can carry people. There will be automated planes like the planes we have right now, but it's completely automated with no need for piloting. And there will also be other thing, which is the fast planes. You tell me fast like how? I tell you fast like Mach 5 speed, which is very fast, 5 times more than the speed of sound. It will be very fast that a plane can drop a satellite in Earth's orbit. Can you believe it? A plane dropping a satellite. That's why the future is very promising. And if you want to hear more about how the technology is going through time, which in it we will talk about cars and weapons. Thank you and goodbye.